Hey there and welcome back to Heimler's History. In this video we're going to look at yet another one of your required Supreme Court cases for the AP government curriculum, namely Citizens United v. the Federal Election Commission. So if you're ready to get them brain gals milked, well then let's get to it. As always, let's begin with the facts of the case. Now this case is all about campaign finance laws, and I have a whole video going into depth on that, and you can see it right over here for a more robust history. But here we're going to start with the Bipartisan Campaign Finance Act, or BICRA, passed in 2002. In addition to articulating limits for individuals contributing money to political candidates, there's really just one thing you need to know about this act with respect to the Citizens United case. Part of the BICRA law made it illegal for corporations or nonprofits to engage in electioneering communications for 60 days before an election or 30 days before a primary. So you want to pay a buttload of money to smear a candidate? Fine, but once we hit that 60 days before the election, you gotta shut your mouth hole. Now, during the 2008 Democratic primaries, a close contest for the party nomination was heating up between Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama. And a conservative group called Citizens United decided to make a film called Hillary the Movie. The film was full of damning accusations against Clinton and was intended to derail her bid for the presidency. However, by the time it was ready to be released, it was already during that forbidden period in which corporations had to keep their mouth holes shut about political candidates thanks to BICRA. And so Citizens United challenged this portion of the law, and it went all the way to the Supreme Court. So what was the constitutional principle at stake? Well, Citizens United argued that BICRA's prohibition against electioneering communications by corporations was a violation of the First Amendment's protection of the freedom of speech. And maybe you're like, wait a minute, a corporation isn't a person, so how can it have protected speech? Well, it's too complicated to get into here, but the short story is that since the 1800s, the Supreme Court has pretty consistently ruled that corporations are just associations of individuals, and in many cases, constitutional civil liberties extend to them as well. So, what was the decision? It was decided 5-4 in favor of Citizens United. The court argued that the limitations put upon corporations for running political advertisements and communications were not materially different from government censorship of speech toward individuals. Therefore, that part of BICRA was struck down. Now, ultimately, for Hillary the Movie, it didn't really matter that much because this was decided 2 years after the Democratic primary. Even so, this was a victory for Citizens United nonetheless. Okay, so why does this case matter? Well, the perennial question when it comes to campaign finance is this: since money equals speech in the political arena, is it fair for those with the most money to have the loudest voices? In the Citizens United case, the Supreme Court essentially said, yeah, that's fair. And so now corporations and labor unions and nonprofits and other organizations can spend as much money as they want, provided they don't collaborate directly with the candidate on political communication right up to election day. The campaign finance reform laws were put into place to put the kibosh on corruption in elections, but the court ruled that just because a friendly organization is spending a bunch of money on a candidate's behalf doesn't necessarily mean that the candidate owes them favors, which is already illegal under other laws. At the end of the day, this is an issue that still ruffles feathers and is far from being decided in the minds of the American public, even if it is decided in the courts. Okay, that's what you need to know about Citizens United v. FEC. I've got videos right over here on all the other required cases if you need them. If you need help getting an A in your class and a 5 on your exam in May, then click right up here and grab my review packet and all your dreams will come true. And finally, if this video helped you and you want me to keep making them, then by all means subscribe and I shall oblige. Heimler out.